Tonight, our debate focuses on Ward 7. For those of you who are not familiar with the boundaries and features of Ward 7, let's take a look at the video piece that we have for you.
Ward 7 is at the far southwestern end of Riverside and is known by its pre-annexation name, La Sierra. Much of its land area is defined by the hills on its western boundary and the Sena Ana River bottom towards the north. The campus of La Sierra University is a major anchor for the ward, as is the new Riverwalk development of homes, apartments, and business park. The city has plans to redevelop the aging commercial crossroads at Hole and Pierce Streets, often called Five Points.
We are very fortunate tonight to have as our moderator Erin O'Toole from the Inland Empire's own public broadcast station, KVCR, where she has been a producer and on-air host since 2003. Many of you are familiar with Erin from her morning edition show, which includes the local broadcast of National Public Radio. Thank you, Erin, for agreeing to be our moderator for these debates, and now I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Ted. It's such a pleasure to be here. Much of our programming at KVCR is aimed at doing exactly what we're attempting to do here tonight, and that is to provide you, the citizens of this region, with both information and insight on the issues that affect your lives. It's said that all politics are local, and if that's true, then perhaps this debate, along with the three others sponsored by Raincross, can help you, the voters, decide who should be entrusted with the reins of government in Riverside. Now, I'd like to begin tonight by introducing our distinguished panel of questioners. We're very pleased that our partner in these debates, the Riverside Press Enterprise, and its sister publication, La Prensa, are both represented on the panel. First, from the Press Enterprise, its editorial page director, Gail Hammonds, who directs the opinion team at the newspaper and is also responsible for the content of the daily and Sunday opinion sections. Next is Orlando Ramirez, who is editor of the Spanish-language newspaper La Prensa, a post he's held for 3 years. Previous to this, he served on the Press Enterprise editorial board. Our third panel member for the Ward 7 debate is Tom Powell, who is chairman and CEO of Pacific Coachworks, an RV manufacturer. Mr. Powell has served the city in several volunteer capacities, most recently as a member of the arts subcommittees for the general plan update. So welcome to all of you. I would like to now move to introduce the candidates who will be participating in the debate tonight. The incumbent in Ward 7 is Steve Adams, who is finishing his first term as a city council member. Mr. Adams is retired from the Riverside Police Department's gang and SWAT teams and currently serves on the Riverside County Transportation Commission. Also running for the Ward 7 seat is Terry Frizzel, who has previously served Riverside as both a city council person and as a mayor. A realtor, Ms. Frizell has been active for many years in campaigns to preserve open space, natural areas in the hills and along the river. Thank you both for agreeing to participate in the Raincross debates today. All right. Before we get started, I do have a little bit of housekeeping business to attend to, and that would be the rules, and I have to find where I put them. As you've heard before in a lot of televised debates, we're asking you to keep your applause to a minimum. It does take away from the time that each of the candidates has to answer the panel's questions. We'll begin in just a moment with the candidates' 2-minute opening statements. Afterwards, for the panelists' questions, each candidate will have 90 seconds to respond, and then will be accorded 30 seconds to offer a rebuttal or amplification of his or her previous remarks. As moderator, it's within my purview to invite a panelist to follow up on a question or to ask a candidate to focus their answer more closely on the question that's being asked. And again, as you've heard me say before and have heard many moderators say over the years, we respectfully ask our audience members to restrain their applause for either candidate. Again, you'll only be reducing that time available to answer the questions. With that, I would like to begin with Mr. Steve Adams. You have 2 minutes for your opening statement.
Thank you. First, I want to thank Cal Baptist University, the Raincross Group, Charter Communications, and the Press Enterprise for allowing us to come before you tonight. Second, I'd like to thank the people of La Sierra for the honor of electing me to represent them to the city of Riverside. As their representative, we've been able to accomplish more in the last 3.5 years than has been done in the last 27 years in our ward. We had streets that were in desperate need of repair and paving. We still have children walking in the street without sidewalk, curb, or gutter, storm drains that are missing, overcrowding. And some of these issues are still, or have brought us to a crisis. In my first 3.5 years, we were able to remove the R3 zoning to eliminate high-density projects that would have brought 90% more traffic into our area and more people living in our area. We don't need that. We've already been the dumping ground. We were known formerly as Lost Area or Lousy Area. Now we are Lousy Area, the gateway to Riverside. We are a very proud community, and for the first time, we now have quality of life in our neighborhoods. Every neighborhood in our area has been improved. Prior to my election, we had streets that had homes that had been vacated without roofs for many years. Through the use of code enforcement, we've corrected over 14,000 properties, restoring quality of life to our neighborhoods. We were the highest rate in crime in the city. Since then, I started the Zero Tolerance Task Force, and now we're one of the lowest rates of crime in the city of Riverside. Transportation is still a major issue. Our entire region and our city suffers from the effects of transportation or goods movement through our area. I am the lead in the Riverside County in the state of California in dealing with those issues that are taking our health and our quality of life. The smog, we are now the worst in asthma, in heart disease and respiratory disease. And my efforts to rectify the issues of traffic and transportation has dramatically started to reduce that. We've brought in $116 million to deal with our train grade separations, and we're just getting started. So I look forward for another 4 years to continue working with the people of La Sierra to make it the great place to live that it is.
Thank you very much. Ms. Frizzel, your opening statement.
I also want to thank the panel here, Raincross Group, Cal Baptist, for bringing this to the citizens of Riverside. This is kind of a first, and it's a rare opportunity for people to really hear from the candidates and question some of the things that they have done and disagree with. I appreciate that. I'm honored that I have a lot of my supporters here that have come, and also am honored that the citizens have asked me to run again for city council, even after serving for so many times. I'm also honored that the candidates that were in the June primary also are supporting me because they feel that there needs to be a change at City Hall. I'm certainly not looking for a political career. I've been there, I've done that, but the only reason why I'm running, having been at City Hall for the last few years, watching what things have gone on at City Hall, seeing democracy being taken away, seeing the citizens not having a right to speak and fear of speaking for being escorted out of City Hall because they're concerned about what's going on in their community. They're questioning how their fees are spent, how their taxes are spent, and that's the reason why I got involved. Our general plan made a lot of changes, which was taking a lot of rights away from the community and the people in the community. Eminent domain was the main feature of what this election was really all about, because there was a threat of people taking properties. I'm not running because Terry Frizzel wants to be on the city council again. I'm running to give City Hall back to the people where it belongs and bring democracy back to the city of Riverside and give Ward 7 the leadership that they are entitled to. Thank you for coming.
And a brief round of applause for our candidates. Okay.